Hello, I'm Fearne Cotton and this is my happiness project for Pretty Upfront. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, I am super excited today as I'm meeting up with my great friend, Davina McCall, and we're going to chat all about parenting and motherhood and how happiness fits into that. So I guess the aim of it is for us to give any honest advice that we have and also to remind all of us that we are doing a good enough job. So, our top 5 tips, Davina.
I'd say the first one's got to be love and boundaries. By that I mean love your baby, and if you make a boundary and you lay down a law, then if your kid steps over that, I'm afraid you've got to reinforce it. Unconditional love, cuddles, affection, warmth, connection. I get that. But what do you mean by boundaries? And boundaries is that one thing that sometimes I make a boundary and I think, God, why did I make that boundary? That boundary where you say, if you do that one more time, we're going to leave this absolutely fantastic blinding party, and you're going to take them. And just like Nemo with the boat, they do it again, and you go, right, we're leaving. And you think, I don't want to leave. Say that. This is a banging party. But you only have to do that a couple of times. If you put down a boundary, you've got to make sure that you can follow it through.
Stick to it. Stick to it.
And when you put down the boundary and they do step over it and you do follow it through, you only do that twice in their life and they never step over the boundary again because they're like, oh, I know that mummy does what she says even when it's leaving
Absolutely.
An amazing party.
And it can be hard
to do. That was a great tip.
Because I have trouble with that with my 3-year-old who is big time Nemo, pushes all the boundaries and loves to do it. Like enjoys looking me in the eye whilst touching the boat and smiling. Like it's actually terrifying. And you're right, you do have to stick to your word. Otherwise it's meaningless and they're just going to keep on doing it.
Exactly.
I think my first one would be, and I say this because I want to take my own advice as well, is not to beat ourselves up as mums and not to worry about mistakes we're making.
Yeah, cock-ups.
Yeah.
I've made a few.
Yeah.
So I think one really funny one was I took Chester into Tilly's class when she was in reception. He'd just been born, and you know that first take your baby to school day, I was really like proud, sort of in the car seat and like that, thanks very much. And I get back to the car and I shut the door and the teacher comes running out with Chester.
Forgot the baby.
I forgot the baby. I mean, literally,
I
was about to start the car.
You'd forgotten?
He was quite new. I just wasn't used to Chester.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, that's quite bad.
One funny one that doesn't haunt me in any way, apart from it's quite hilarious, is when I think I first started taking Rex swimming. I didn't know the difference between a swimming nappy, a normal nappy, whatever. So there's my kid in the pool with an inflated nappy, literally this big.
Oh, he didn't poo.
No, he had a normal nappy on, not a swimming one.
But
the
he
whole
was
thing had
drowning.
puffed up.
It was pulling him down the weight of the water.
He didn't drown, but it all kind of then, all the sort of filling started coming out in the pool, so sort of loads of foam behind him and stuff. I'm sort of scooping it up and trying to put it back in the nappy and, I mean, awful, like horrendous.
That's really funny.
So bad.
Oh, but fun, that's
We've all done it, haven't we?
really sweet.
We've all done it. It's definitely going to happen that something, you know, that you think is wrong is going to happen. So just be kind to yourself.
You're human.
You're human.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
And that's why they put rubbers on the end of pencils.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, I like that. Love that one.
Okay, my next one is follow your instincts. We beat ourselves up so much for doing it wrong. You know, I always say to new young mums, well, what do you think? What do you think that means when your baby's crying like that?
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know your baby. You know what's right for you. And your baby's not like my baby, so...
And everyone's going to be different. I think this is one of the hardest things when you're a new mum especially, is drowning out the noise of all other parenting around you, because you're constantly trying to compare yourself to, oh my God, their baby sleeps through the night before mine or whatever. And that's horrific. So you can do all these different theories, but actually you are the barometer of knowing if they're okay or not, and you have to trust that, and that's really hard, I think, sometimes.
All you can do is put one foot in front of the other, do the best you can. And I think the most important thing that I've tried to do for myself is realise that I am not perfect.
Who is?
And that nobody is perfect.
My next one is that very important thing we've been talking about, sisterhood. We are the sisterhood sat here right now. Whatever your friendship circle is, your best mates, could be your mum, your auntie, your nan, whatever. Talk to people and you're going to feel so much better when you impart that information and share your stories, instantly that stress is going to dissipate and you're just going to feel so much better.
You're never alone. And also remembering yourself in the equation. Often we are the last on the totem pole, and without you, it all falls apart. So unless you look after yourself as well as everybody else,
so true.
Nothing's going to go right. A
love
problem
that
shared
is a problem halved.
So true though, isn't it?
So true. And then one last nugget, what's it to be?
Somebody gave me this piece of advice when I was shouty mum. Yeah. So in the mornings, it was always a bit frantic. And I'd end up kind of going, will you please go and get it? I've got to get the toast ready. Darling, can you, where are the car keys? I would just be, the level would go up a notch, and Matthew would always be going, can you just chill? And actually a friend of mine gave me a golden nugget, which was set the alarm for 20 minutes earlier. It was really that simple. Yeah. And I started waking up at 6:30 instead of 10 to 7. It felt brutal at the beginning, but I haven't shouted. That's not entirely true. But mostly it's a calm morning, because just that extra 20 minutes of me being able to kind of make sure that the keys are in the right place, maybe put the bags in the car before, all of that stuff just is sorted.
I hate rushing. Hate it.
Don't rush, set the clock earlier.
Absolutely. Being a mum is everything. It's tough, it's beautiful, it's hard, it's harrowing at times, it's humbling, it's euphoric, it's sort of the extreme of everything. And I think maybe if you just accept all of it with open arms, you'll be all right, I guess. I hope that you found that useful, helpful in some way. We had a lot of fun talking anyway. So nice.
I felt bad having that much fun.
It was brilliant fun. If you haven't already subscribed, please do to watch more of my films, and don't forget to check out Pretty Upfront's Instagram, Twitter and Facebook for more lovely things. I'll see you soon.